Hi, my name is Joe Di Bartolomeo. I'm an Oregon personal injury lawyer. I have offices in Hillsboro, Oregon and Astoria, Oregon. And in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about the injury lawsuit. And what I decided to do is break this down into little pieces so that you can have an idea of where your case might go if you're not able to resolve it prior to filing a lawsuit. What I have found is that, and the reason I'm making this video is that many people I've represented over the years will come in and see me, they hire me, we put together a demand packet to try and negotiate some kind of resolution of their case. And we find that we're dealing with a claims adjuster who maybe doesn't have a lot of experience, or they just don't have the authority to go above a certain amount to resolve the claim. And inevitably, we have to file the case in court. So what I'm going to do is kind of break it down by, kind of a mini timeline, and we'll take different chunks. And we're going to talk about what happens after you file a lawsuit. So when you start a lawsuit, what you're doing is you're filing a document that's called a complaint. And a complaint is a piece of paper. It's all electronic now, but it's a piece of paper. And in that complaint, or in that document, you are setting out your allegations. In other words, you're saying, here's what I am going to prove. And the complaint is separated into several different paragraphs. And the paragraphs generally follow along with the kinds of issues that you have to prove when you make a claim. Now, if you have questions about what is involved in proving your claim, I have other videos on my YouTube channel. I also have articles on my website, and you can check that out. I will leave a link below if you're watching this on YouTube. And then if you're watching this on my website, check out the search button or the search field, or you can get my free guides that really dive more deeply into these issues. But getting back to our complaint. So first, we need to establish that we're filing the case in the correct court. So we're going to describe where the collision occurred or where the defendant resides. Then we're going to explain how the collision occurred. Then we're going to explain the injuries that were involved. And we're going to set out the medical expenses, which is a form of economic loss or damage. And we're going to describe the non-economic losses in the complaint. Now, once that complaint is filed in court, we have to serve a copy of that onto the defendant, and there are special rules involved with that. Once the defendant is served, if they usually do, they are going to turn it over to their insurance carrier or the adjuster, and it may be the adjuster that you're dealing with on the claim or we're dealing with on the claim. And then an attorney is going to get involved that represents the other driver or the driver. That attorney is possibly an employee of the insurance company that works on staff, or they have been hired by the insurance company. And what they're going to do eventually is file some kind of an appearance. That's what we call it. They have to show up at the lawsuit. That could be an answer where they go through each paragraph of our complaint and they either agree or they don't agree with it, or they may file a motion if they have a problem with some part of the complaint that we filed. So that's the first part of a lawsuit. Now, after we get through all of that, now we have a lawsuit that is at issue. And what that means is we know what we agree on, we know what we don't agree on, and now we're going to move on and we're going to get to phase two, and that's my own, I invented phase two, that's my own term. Phase two of the litigation, which will be generally discovery, and that is the exchange of information. And I cover that more in my next video, which will be called the Oregon Personal Injury Lawsuit Part 2. So this is just an introduction into how the lawsuit gets started and how the issues get defined. If you have questions about what's involved in an Oregon claim for injury, it could be a premises claim where you're injured on somebody else's property, or an auto injury claim, or any other kind of claim, contact us. I'll leave a contact link below on YouTube, and above you can see it on my website. And if we can't help you, we will find somebody who can. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.